Okay, I'll wait and see if anybody gets on here. I'm trying to get myself in my camera view there. We'll wait and see if anybody comes on. If not, then I'll just go ahead and say what I'm going to say, and y'all can watch it later on the replay. Forgive me for being on my phone. I'm just checking a few things. Okay, guys, say hi when you get on here. Hopefully I can see your comments. I don't know. I'm not seeing them yet. If anyone's commenting. Oh, hi, Sarah. Oh, I'm glad you look too. Sorry, I'm just trying to get on it with my phone so I can see what's going on here. Yet, if anyone's commenting. Y'all just comment when you get on here. Let me know you're on here. Hi, Debbie. Lexington. Sarah, you can see I'm not the best, but that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today a little bit. Sorry, y'all. I keep looking at this end and my camera's up here. Lexington, I'm only about an hour and a half away from Lexington, or about, an hour to an hour and a half when I'm home, because we live on Lake Cumberland in Russell County. So, yeah, I'm not too far from Lexington. I got to keep myself from looking on this left side because my camera's on the right side and I'm all disoriented. So I'm going to give it just about another minute and see if anyone else gets on before I start. This is just going to be a short live, y'all. Just going to kind of give a little update. Forgive me. Oh, Sarah, you lived in Lexington? Really? Hi, Jennifer. St. Louis. I actually... we have a couple people that work with my husband. I think they're from St. Louis. They're from Missouri. I can't remember if it's St. Louis or not, but I'm pretty sure it's St. Louis. I've never been there, but we keep saying we're going to visit. So sorry about no makeup, hair not fixed. Hi, Linda. Springfield, Illinois. I'm just going to give it just another few minutes and we'll see if anyone else gets on, and then I'll get started. Yeah, I can't remember if that's where they lived, St. Louis or not, but 2 or 3 of the guys, actually, 3 or 4 of the guys that my husband works with are from that area. I'm not sure if it's right at St. Louis, but it's from that area. So I'm just giving it just a few more seconds and then I'll go ahead and get started. Y'all, I'm freezing. I'm in the hotel room right now and I'm frozen. So I've got my little shrug on just to try and keep me warm a little bit because I've been freezing today. I mean, it's not cold here, trust me. But we keep it pretty cool in the room because my husband works outside, and the temperature in Hampton right now, where we're at in Virginia, is 91. But the heat index is, I don't know, the heat index makes it feel like 100 outside. And he works right on the ocean, so, and he has no shade whatsoever. So I try to keep it as cool as I possibly can here in the hotel, so when he gets home, he doesn't have to come in and it be hot. If y'all see anything in the background, please forgive me. I mean, I know you can see my bed. But one thing that I want to talk about is actually Friday I get to go home. I get to go back to Kentucky. I'm so excited. We get to spend a few days at home. So I'm really, really, really looking forward to that. But with that comes packing things up. The seasons are about to change. We're about done with this job. Not sure what's going to happen after the job. But so we're kind of figuring out what we want to take home, what we want to keep. We're going to take a lot of stuff home. Yeah, I'm so excited, Sarah. We're going to take a lot of stuff home this time just because it will leave less for us to take any to the next job or whatever. For those who don't know, most of you who watch my channel know, we basically live in a hotel room, so we don't get to just live out of suitcases. We basically live here, so we have pots and pans. We have all these things, you know, that you have in a home, and our home is just one room right now. I always wanted to live, hi Linda, I don't even remember if I said hi to you. I think I did. I've always wanted to live tiny house, like get a tiny house, but after living in a hotel for 2 years, I've squashed that idea. I think tiny house living is not for me. It may be for me if there was more than one room, but there's only one room here, so, you know. The only other place I can go to have any kind of, not that I don't love my husband more than anything in the world. He's my best friend, but, y'all, let me put this shade down a little bit. I don't know if that's too light, too much light. Not that that helped, really. That may have made it worse. Okay, so I'm just going to get on with it. If you've been paying attention to my, hi Louise, yeah, at Tiny House Living, forget it after this. If y'all have read on my community tab, I've been having a rough go of it the last week or so. I have been, I haven't really been ill, but I'm fighting right this minute. I am fighting low iron, which I stay low iron for some reason, and I take iron pills. I go back to my doctor when I get home, and we'll see if it's any better. But knowing the symptoms that I get when I have my low iron, I know my iron's low. And also, I am dehydrated. So to be dehydrated on its own is one thing. You add low iron to the mix of that, and then you add severe anxiety that I have to the mix of that, and it just makes it awful. Last Tuesday, I did not feel very well. I had a dizzy headache. So I took my blood pressure thinking, oh, my blood pressure is probably low. Before I go into that story, if you don't deal with severe anxiety, all of this is probably going to sound like, well, that's just crazy. Why do you do stuff like that? But if you deal with anxiety, then you will totally get what I'm talking about here. Or I hope you do. But last Tuesday, I was having a dizzy, not like a dizzy headache. I was only getting dizzy like if I put my head down, or if I, you know how it is, like vertigo or something like that. It wasn't like the room was spinning. It wasn't like I was ready to pass out. It was nothing like that. It was just more like, I don't even know how to explain it. I just felt off, if that makes any sense. Well, when that happened, I decided to take my blood pressure because I thought, oh, my blood pressure is probably low. Well, first of all, I was kind of in the middle of a panic attack, or at the beginning stages of a panic attack when I took my blood pressure, so my blood pressure was high. It was not extremely high. It was just a little high, but that got me worried, and I thought, you know what? I take a heart pill every day because my heart races constantly. So, well, it's a beta blocker. Y'all, I'm sure you don't want to hear all this, but I'm just trying to explain everything. So let me know if you want me to move on. I take a beta blocker every day, which is a combination of a heart pill. It has a little bit of an anxiety pill in it, and it also has a little bit of a blood pressure. It helps your blood pressure. So, but I also have a water pill that my doctor tells me to take when I feel like I'm really swollen, like, I'm retaining water. So she'll tell me to take the water pill, but only take it during those times, because with the little bit of the blood pressure pill that is in the beta blocker, if I take them both, I get really weak and things like that. So anyway, long story short, I took my blood pressure that day with the dizzy headache, saw my blood pressure was a little elevated, got scared, took a water pill. Did not realize at the time that I was dehydrated. So I took the water pill, which in turn made the dehydration horrible. It was awful. I was drinking Pedialyte, straight Pedialyte, just to try and keep myself hydrated. Now, had I not done that, I would have been in some real trouble. But in doing that, it just felt like my heart just kept racing, which of course goes back to my anxiety. Anytime I have a little pain in my body or anything like that, my anxiety goes through the roof, and it just does. That's just how my anxiety works. So taking the water pill made the dehydration worse. And for 4 days, my water pill that I take, I don't know how people take a water pill every day. You must you must stay hydrated. I never stay hydrated anyway. But with that being said, my water pill takes 3 to 4 days to work itself out of my system. So even though I was flushing myself with Gatorades, Pedialytes, water, everything, thank you, Luis, my body couldn't retain it because the water pill was having me flush it right out. You know what I'm saying? So my husband had to work Saturday, and I called him at noon on Saturday, and I told him, I said, I think I need you to come home. I said, I may need to go to the hospital. My heart was racing. Oh, Luis, I don't know how you do it. Every time I've taken my water pill, I feel weak, I feel sickly, all these things. But I'm sure that is my fault and my body's fault, because I am not a water drinker. Oh, thank you so much, Sarah. I appreciate the prayers so much. That's the only thing that's got me through this week. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to say this real quick, and then I'll get off the subject, because I know that I know that there are people who do not believe like I believe, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, if it had not been for God last week, I would have never made it through. God and my husband, I would have never made it through. I prayed more last week than I've prayed, and I'm ashamed of that. But I'm ashamed of it, but I'm not ashamed of it. I am a praying person. Y'all don't think that I'm not a praying person, but last week it was a constant prayer. And I thank God for that, because it got me closer to Him and made me see things in a different light and things like that. But I don't know how people make it without God. Yeah, Luis, I'm not a big drinker of anything. I used to be of Dr. Pepper, but I'm off caffeine now. So, but anyway, I don't know how people make it without God. I have no clue, absolutely no clue in my mind how they do it. If I did not know what I know, I just kept reminding myself all last week, God is my healer, God is my provider, God is all of these things to me, and He is not going to forsake me. I knew that beyond any shadow of a doubt. Sarah, yes. And I'm no perfect Christian, y'all, believe me. I've walked away from God more times than I care to admit. Some of y'all know my story. I've walked away more times than I care to admit, but thank God He has never, ever, 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 ever walked away from me. But I don't know how people in this world make it. But what happened last week was a combination of my low iron, my dehydration, which I'm still, I can't even talk. Oh, yes, Sarah. Just the fact of being able to pray and know that you have an advocate there and someone that listens and is there to help you. So I would have never made it through last week. And that is the God's honest truth. I will tell you all this, again, with my anxiety. I have always had a touch of anxiety, but about, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, it got worse. Well, about the time I turned 40, so 41, somewhere around in there. Let's see. Who was that? Luis? Yes. I don't know how people make it. But again, my anxiety. So 4 years ago, I went through an ordeal. We were in Savannah, Georgia. And we left Savannah. It started in Savannah, and then we went to Texas. And then we left Texas and went to Indiana. I believe it's how it was. Yeah. And throughout this probably 6-month period, I was having very, 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 very high heart rate. I would just be sitting on the couch and my heart rate would be 120 for no reason at all. And I would get chest pains. I was short of breath, all these things. So I went to my doctor, and she told me that I had a heart attack, which scared the living bejesus out of me. And if you have anxiety and someone tells you, oh, you just had a heart attack, or I don't mean that in a way that my doctor just said it. I have an amazing doctor, and I love her to the ends of the earth. But she sent me to, well, we put the heart monitor on. She sent me to a cardiologist, and we had all the tests run for cardiology. And my husband looked at the cardiologist right before they ran the test, and he asked him, he said, you know, she's always been a hypochondriac or has anxiety. And he asked the cardiologist, he said, what % do you think may just be anxiety? Yes, Luis, it's horrible. It's horrible. And my cardiologist looked at him and said, none. Maybe 5-10%, but there's no way with the rate that her heart rate is and the chest pains and the shortness of breath, it has to be heart related. So that didn't help me any. But during this time, I took the stress test, the echo. I was in a heart clinic, I guess, for probably 4 hours one day, and we did every test imaginable. And of course, they tell you, okay, it could take us a week to get your results. So I'm counting down the days. I'm in every prayer line at church. That's one thing about my church. We believe on laying on hands of people and praying for God to heal them. And I was in every prayer line at church, on every prayer list at church. I was, that's the only way I got through it. And a week later, my cardiologist calls. And when I first saw the phone or the number, I thought, oh man, he's going to tell me I have to come in, because I assumed that if it was bad news that they would tell me I had to come in. But I'm trying to hurry. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, y'all. My anxiety's up a little bit right now. But his office called, and they said, Melissa, your heart, there's nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. He said, in all reality, your heart is actually younger than your age. Yes, Luis, all prayer works. And so the only little thing that I have was a murmur, which I've always known about. I've had it since I was a little girl. But then we went back. He did make me an appointment, and we went back in. And he actually, when he walked in, my husband was with me, and he actually shook my husband's hand, and he said, I have to apologize to you. He said, I'll be honest with you. I really did not think. Oh, yeah, Debbie, but when your heart rate gets to that point, you know what I'm saying? And I get what you're saying. And people that don't have panic attacks don't understand. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they don't. But it's one of those things, your heart just feels like it's pounding out of your chest. You can't breathe. None of those things. So anyway, he shook my husband's hand and he apologized. He said, I have never seen a case, and he's been a cardiologist for 30 some odd years. He said, I've never seen a case where her coming in, presenting with the symptoms that she presented with, my EKG was not good, but that was because that was at my doctor's office. At the time that they were doing the EKG, I think that's what it is, where they put the little pads on you, whatever that's called. EEG, whatever it's called. At the time they were doing it, I was in the middle of a panic attack. So that's why it looked like I had a heart attack, and my doctor thought I had a heart attack. So anyway, y'all, that's what I've been going through for the past week. Last week was really, really, really bad. Like I said, until I was able to flush that water pill completely out. I could have went to the hospital, but I'll be honest with you, I know what they'd have done because this has happened before, not to this extreme, but I've been dehydrated before, and they just pump you full of fluids. But it wouldn't have helped me because I was pumping myself full of fluids, but my body could not hold on to those fluids. It just continued to flush them out. Now, I also believe I have an ear infection. I'm not positive of that, but I'm still kind of dizzy just when I bend my head over. Sometimes when I look down at my phone, like if I really put my head down like this or something like that, I'll get a dizzy spell, not room spinning or anything like that, just a weird feeling. But the more I research into it, that is also dizziness is also a symptom of dehydration and anemia. So I'm just all three of those things. I know I'm dehydrated right now. My daughter-in-law, who is a nurse, I called her and I was scared, and she said, "Let me see your tongue." And I showed her my tongue, and she said, "Oh my Lord." She said, "You're dehydrated. You are dehydrated." So I'm just, Gatorade is my best friend right now. I'm pumping myself with, this time I'm not pumping it as hard because I don't want to just have my body continue to release it. I want to let some of it. Oh, Linda, it's awful. Panic attacks are absolutely horrifying. But I'm pushing the Pedialyte or the Gatorade. I'm resting as much as I can, but we go home this weekend. So like I said, we're trying to go through things. I'm looking around my hotel room and thinking, oh my Lord, I have so much to do before Friday or before Saturday morning when we leave. So I'm trying to rest as much as I can and just trying to take better care of myself. I have grandbabies, I have kids, I have an amazing husband, and I want to be here for them, and I can't be here for anyone else if I don't take care of myself. So the dizzy spells are still there. I am still dehydrated, not near to the point that I was. I'm at least now, the main time it really bothers me, because my beta blocker is, again, one of those pills that it blocks the adrenaline and things that get to your heart. It tries to block them as much as it can. It keeps your heart rate down. And so this week my beta blocker has really helped. Last week it did not help at all. And again, I think that's because I was so severely dehydrated and my body wasn't holding any fluid at all. Yes, Sarah. So, I'm better this week. I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Nowhere near. But I am better. I had to lay down about an hour ago. I'd been up all morning, but I had to lay down about an hour ago because I got a little bit, not a dizzy spell again, just a weak. I guess that's maybe the way I should explain it, is weak. I just got a little weak, which I had been up. I'd made the bed and I'd been doing a few things. And I have to keep reminding myself that even though I feel better, my body laid in the bed and barely ate, y'all. I ate, all last week, I ate a piece of, thank you, Louise. I'm hurrying. I know y'all don't want to hear this. I'm sorry. I ate a piece of corn on the cob, a small bowl of soup, and bread. That's all I could eat. I had no appetite. My appetite is slowly coming back. It's not back to the way, I'd like it to be. I'll tell you how another way I knew I was dehydrated, y'all. Because I lost 6 pounds. Ooh, that's a bright semi down there. Sorry for the glare, y'all. I lost 6 pounds in 5 days. I lost 6 pounds in 5 days. That was because of the water pill, because it was flushing all the fluids out of me. So that's how I knew, I can't be holding on to anything because I'm not even staying my same weight. I've flushed so much out of myself. So I don't see Kathy Jo on here, but I know that Kathy Jo is going through a hard time with she just lost her best friend. So I ask that you all pray for Kathy Jo also. She's going through a rough time with some things in her life. Another thing, if you all try to get a hold of me on Instagram, please forgive me if I don't answer right away because I'm not getting notifications. I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. But anyway, the whole point of this video was just to let you all kind of know what was going on with me and to let you know that I have to take better care of myself, and I know this. So, yes, Sarah, please pray for her. I am going to take 2 weeks off. That will give me the time that I'm home to take off and relax and be at home. I am still going to do, as far as I know, I'm praying to God above that I can get it done. The 5 Under 5, which will be on the 5th, with Emily, my friend Emily, that we put on every month. Unless something drastic changes between now and then, I really need to try and focus on, and I really don't want to do this for the fact that my subscribers are up. If y'all don't know, I hit 7,000 subscribers. I think it was yesterday, or maybe, I don't even know, what is today? Today's Tuesday. It might have been Sunday. I can't remember. It was either Sunday or Monday. I hit 7,000 subscribers. Thank you, Jesus. I never thought I'd hit that, but I did. And all my views are up. And Yes, Jennifer, I know. I'm trying so hard. I hate water. So, I am going to, like I said, take 2 weeks off. Just try to get myself back to at least, because at this point, I sit down when I craft, but up until about today, I couldn't even look down to my table to craft because I would get so dizzy. And that always scared me to get dizzy because I'm in the hotel room up by myself most of the day. So if I were to get dizzy and try to get up and fall, you all know what I mean. So I'm going to take these next 2 weeks and I'm going to try and just focus on getting myself better. I'm drinking more water, more Gatorade. Yesterday I messed up, and not yesterday, yeah, maybe it was yesterday. Messed up and drank a sweet tea like a crazy person, and I've not had caffeine. Thank you, Luis. I've not had any caffeine for 2 weeks, so the caffeine, oh, I was like a kid on Christmas morning or a kid the day after Halloween that you give all this candy to and they can't. I was shaky and I was dizzy and it was awful. So no more caffeine. But I just have to get myself better because I'm no good to you or to me or to my family or anyone else if I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, Luis. But I'm just going to take a couple weeks off. Now, I will say this. If I get home and I'm feeling great and I feel like I can push a video out, I'm going to do it. But at this moment in time, I really feel like I prayed about it and I really feel like God is just letting me know, it's okay to Universal, is that the name? Hello. I really think it's okay. I feel like God told me that it is okay. Take a break, take time for yourself. So that's what I'm going to do. If you have won a giveaway, I forgot to get the giveaway winner. I don't have it on me, but I will post that today on my community tab. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I will post that on my community tab. So if you have won the giveaway, either any of the giveaways that have been going on, I've not forgot you. I've just, honest to God, not been to a Dollar Tree. Y'all, believe it or not, this is my second week in a row not being at a Dollar Tree. I've not been to one. So I will get out and get those gift cards mailed out. We'll get all that taken care of. I will leave the winner of this video or the winner of this giveaway on my description box or on my community tab. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry, y'all. I covet your prayers. If you would just lift my name up to God and just, it would mean more to me than anything in this world. Just that I'm noticing more strength back every day. I'm noticing a little bit less fatigue and things like that. But I think when you just wear your body completely down, I feel better, so I want to get up and do everything, but my body is not going to allow that. And I noticed that yesterday and today because I tire out too quickly. And if I'm up doing things a lot, my heart rate will go up, which then in turn sends me into anxiety, So I covet your prayers, just that y'all would just lift me up to God. Remember Kathy Joe and the time that she's going through right now. Again, I'm going to do my very best to have a video out on the 5th with Emily. I haven't even spoken to Emily, but sorry y'all, my phone's ringing. But I will do that as soon as I can. But y'all just, again, I covet your prayers. I know this has been all over the place. I think it's the dehydration. My mind is not very focused right now, but I just wanted to come on and let all of you know what was going on. I love and appreciate each and every one of you, and I will keep you all updated on my community tab, I promise, so please keep track of that. And I love you, and please just continue to pray for me. And I will keep all of you in my prayers. Also, if you need me, go to one of my videos and look up my contact info in the description boxes and get a hold of me. And I would love to speak with you, about anything. So thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you all so much for your love, your support, and everything else. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate and love you all. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And again, stay tuned on the community tab. I'm going to keep you all updated. Love you all. Have a great day.